Hey guys, today's video is all about changing out a steering wheel on a VZ Commodore. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Paul. This channel's for your typical DIY sort of person who likes to work on their own things with some basic tools. As you heard, today's job is changing out a steering wheel on this car. It is a roadworthy issue in terms of it's torn up the top and it won't pass roadworthy. So I've actually bought another wheel to replace, which is in similar condition but not torn, and it is roadworthy. So I actually need to take this wheel off. And okay, so the first thing we need to do is there is a screw under the column, so we need to take that out, and then there are two pins directly under the actual housing here. So you basically take that screw out, and we're going to have to take this bottom part of the cover off. So we tilt it down and back, and that'll just come off. Take the top part off, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's just get this one out under here. This is the Phillips head screw. Just keep them in the spot. You could probably lower this. It's just where your fuses are. Just give it a yank. Just grab a flathead screwdriver, just wedge it in between the two panels and just give it a twist. The plastic should just come apart easily. The top piece comes out to one side. Bottom one just falls out, so it's just got two tabs. Okay, that will give you a little bit more access to the actual wheel at the rear. Now this has some little tabs. Okay, the first thing you have to get off is the actual airbag. If you haven't done this before, it is a little bit tricky. But directly behind the steering wheel here, there are like little tabs where you need to stick in the flathead screwdriver and twist, but also at the same time as you put it in and twist, you need to sort of jerk this back. So just to show you, just unplug it. That's the airbag. That's the ground for the horn. So I think you can see that these little tabs here, they're like tapered, so when they poke through the back, sorry, I'm just trying to get a good angle. So when they poke through the back of the steering wheel, you almost need to put it in and turn it, which would sort of turn this and release the spring, and it should just pop out. It is a bit of a pain in the butt, but unless you take this out, this wheel's not coming out. Okay, the next step is to take this bolt out. It is a torque spit, so something like that. This one is actually a T50 that fits. Good old Aussie company, SP Tools, free plug. Okay, so basically put it in there and get it out. Okay, so time to get it out. So we just basically might have to put the steering wheel in lock, but if you hold it tight enough and turn, I don't want to damage the steering lock. That's it. So that's basically it. What I would mention is you take the steering wheel out of lock and just make sure it's straight, because when you put the other one back on, you want to make sure you put it on straight also. Otherwise, if you do put it on in an angle, if you do put the steering wheel in an angle either way, the car will be going straight, and the steering will be obviously cocked to one side. We don't want that. Okay, so that's if you can see that, I'll just zoom in. The center spline. We need to get the steering wheel off that. Okay, so it's basically out. Obviously, you need to remember to take that wire out as well and unhook this one, the power one, and it all just comes through. Okay, so when you replace the steering wheel with your new one, it's just basically a reversal of everything you've just seen. Just make sure to feed these wires through, obviously, the way that they've come out, and reattach everything as per you saw it. You can take a photograph just to make it easier if it's your first. Okay, so the steering wheel's in. We've put that top wire back in, that gets fed through and secured. Then we can put the bolt back in. It's most important, don't forget that. Just grab our socket. Okay, so now we'll just tighten it. Just hold the steering wheel or lock it again, it's up to you. I just prefer to hold the steering wheel. It's good. Okay, so now the most important is, I guess in terms of safety, is this yellow one that actually goes in the rear of your airbag, right in the center. So when we place this back in, just make sure that you feed that in the rear. It's really important, and that's obviously that goes on there. Yeah, look, if you forget the airbag, it's going to be pretty dangerous if you have an accident, so just be careful, and you have a process to remember that. Okay, so we'll just plug in the red one, so that's in, and then the yellow one, it's clipped in, that's it. So we'll just make sure nothing's in the way. And all you have to simply do is just push it on. That's it, it'll clip back in and you're done. Okay, so that's basically it in terms of changing a steering wheel. I guess in terms of having a reference, it's always good to give it a go and have something to look at as well. And just some basic tools. It doesn't really, these are pretty basic tools. Torx bits these days are on many things, so it's a good idea to have something like that. So look, as usual guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe, click the like button and leave a comment, and if you need any other information, just get in touch. Cheers guys, thanks.